The Israeli occupation military has announced that it had begun ground operations in the Janina neighborhood in the Palestinian side of Rafah, aiming to expand what it called a security zone in southern Gaza. The military released aerial footage of airstrikes to the exact locations, and intended targets of the attacks were not immediately clear. According to Israeli military claims, weekend targets included weapons storage sites, rocket launchers and military infrastructure. It also claims that dozens of fighters were killed during the operations. Hamas has agreed to a ceasefire proposal put forward by Egypt and Qatar. That's according to a statement by senior Hamas official Khalil al-Hayya. Israeli media reported that the government coordinators unit recommended accepting Hamas's rule under a long-term ceasefire framework. This comes as Israel resumed military operations on March 18th to pressure Hamas into releasing detainees. Al-Hayya confirmed that the group approved the proposal and expressed hope that Israel would not block the agreement. He said discussions on forming a Gaza leadership committee are underway and accused Israel of stalling to protect Prime Minister Netanyahu's government. He reaffirmed Hamas's commitment to the deal while insisting resistance remains a red line. Hamas has reaffirmed that resistance is the only way to defend land, achieve rights, and thwart Israel's aggressive plans. In a statement, Hamas emphasized that the Land Day anniversary symbolizes resilience and commitment to struggle until complete liberation, including the right of refugees to return. The movement rejected any plans for displacement, alternative homelands, or settlement, urging global solidarity with Gaza and a push to end the ongoing aggression. The Palestinian Ministry of Foreign Affairs has condemned the ongoing violations, crimes and massacres committed by the Israeli occupation against Palestinian civilians in Gaza, the West Bank and Jerusalem. These crimes are accompanied by a war of starvation, thirst and deprivation of basic human rights, as well as a continuous blockade and systematic destruction of vital infrastructure. The ministry expressed astonishment at the international community's indifference to Israel's actions, calling for immediate international intervention to stop the ongoing violence and ensure accountability. Clashes broke out between anti-government protesters and police during a demonstration in Tel Aviv, urging the Israeli government to accept a ceasefire proposal and secure the release of detainees held by Hamas. Protesters marched from Habima Square to Begin Gate, where they joined families of hostages still in captivity in Gaza. The demonstration is part of a broader wave of anti-government protests that have intensified following Israel's decision to resume bombing the Palestinian enclave and reintroduce ground forces. Israeli media reported that Benjamin Netanyahu held focused meetings to discuss Iran in light of U.S. efforts to initiate diplomatic talks with Tehran. These meetings were attended by a limited number of officials. The report also referenced the U.S. President Donald Trump's past remarks to Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, warning of a decisive action if Iran rejected U.S. outreach. Iran rejects direct talks but remains open to indirect negotiations. Director of Documentation at the War and Settlement Resistance Commission, Amir Dawood, has stated that Israel controls over 61% of the West Bank, including more than half of the sea areas. This is part of Israel's ongoing expansion and land confiscation policies. Dawood emphasized Israel's intensified demolitions and construction, halts to displace Palestinians, and advanced settlement projects which violate international law. Also, he noted Israel's actions in the Jordan Valley and the establishment of new settlement outposts.